So, good evening. I believe we are live. Good evening, everybody. I hope you're all well. So, let's see. STP said, please give a shout out to UCT in Cape Town. So, hi there, UTC in Cape Town. Count Beauty, great to have you with us. And so, let's see. Hi to Laxina, to Sheed, to Patricia, to Manji, to STP, to to Valentine, who else have I missed? To Roland, to Maria Traspasso. I think maybe Akshat's with us as well, or maybe not. Yes, abdominal muscles, that was the idea. Is your student number? Well, STP is a good one. We're live. Brilliant. So I hope you're all well. Shalom Renyard, good evening. Great to have you. And hi there, Noura Ahmed. And Pratik as well. Hi, that's great. Good evening, Roland. Okay, this is brilliant. So we're going to continue with this article today. Good evening, Paul. Good evening, Manisco. VG, yo, great to have you. Let's see this article about sleep. The University of Cape Town. That's brilliant. Okay, so we're going to continue with this article about sleep leadership and getting a good sleep, or sleeping well improves your productivity. But that's pretty clear. Good evening, part 4. Good evening, sipping. And yo, left or right, we missed you last week, and Ronan as well, howdy, and Slipknot, my gosh, Gertrudis, it's great to have you as well. Wow, we've got a good crowd tonight. Okay, so we were doing this article about sleep leadership, and a company or companies that are now thinking about whether they're people sleep well or not, and they're starting to decide that it's important, which clearly it is. Siddharth, good evening as well. So wonderful to have you all here. And Vitaly, yo, great to have you. Okay, this is brilliant. So I think it's time for me to put the first question in place. And okay, this is great. This is lovely. So good. It's good to see you all. I hope you're all well. I hope you've all had a brilliant weekend. And hi, Chilly Willy and Jerem. Great to have you as well, Jerem. So love it. And okay, so yes, we're going to start with the first question. Okay, but while a connection between napping and working has been around for a while, a 2000 no, this is the previous one, isn't it? Sorry. Yes, this looks better. Sorry, I'll have to wait a second. So let's see what STP said. A few years ago, I had a massive brain injury. The most important thing was sleep. Okay, that's interesting. So, hi, Shajar. Wow. And Siddharth, where are you all from? Good grief. Let's see. I know there are people here from London, from Hungary, there are various people from India, from Brazil, from the Dominican Republic, I believe, from Russia, from the Ukraine. There are people here from all over the world, Siddharth. Okay, so let's start it. Huffington Post founder Arianna Huffington has long been a proponent, even publishing a book on this topic. Former Google executive Eric Schmidt has also written about the importance of sleep to employees and leaders alike. And at health insurance juggernaut, BEHEMOTH, monstrosity, cyclops, Aetna, employees who can prove they've had a good night's sleep can receive a per night monetary incentive. So Alhong, great to have you. From Japan, brilliant. Yeah. Okay, so this is brilliant. And, I think this is, this is a good one. This is a good question. I love it. So, at health insurance, juggernaut, behemoth, monstrosity, cyclops, Aetna, employees who can prove they've had a good night's sleep, can get money for it. Brilliant to have you with us, Patricia. So we've had the first answer from Vitali, who says juggernaut. Jerem says behemoth. Giant Renyard goes for behemoth as well. This is going to be an interesting one. We've already got a difference in opinion. Sheed goes for juggernaut. 3 a.m. in Japan. 3 p.m. where I live. Yeah, and 7 p.m. where I live. So it's in the middle. Roland goes for juggernaut. Count for juggernaut. This is interesting. So you don't like the ideas of monstrosity and cyclops. Well, I can understand monstrosity, because monstrosity is pretty negative, isn't it? So, LSG, strange boy, sesquipedalians, the first word I learned from you. It's a brilliant word. Manji goes for behemoth. Okay, so we've definitely got a split between the two. Okay. Sorry, Lefferite. I missed it. You're absolutely right, Leffy. Behemoth. And so high sipping and live. Aetna. Aetna is a volcano, Mount Aetna. Yeah. Battle Ben goes for juggernaut. Renyard. Behemoth is normally used to describe huge companies like Microsoft. Ooh. Okay, most normally, what is a juggernaut? If somebody could tell me what a juggernaut was, then Cyclops is a one-eyed giant. Yes, absolutely. Who was it who had to kill the Cyclops? I think it was probably Hercules who had to kill the Cyclops. Yeah. Hi, teacher. Hi, godliness. Great to have you. Okay, so juggernaut. Juggernaut, behemoth, monstrosity or cyclops. Okay, I think probably we've had the answers in. So I still want to know what a juggernaut is. So, as Renyard says, no, I need capital letters. Behemoth. A train. A powerful force, says Sheed. Let's see, Leffy. To me, a juggernaut is an enormous truck. Yeah? An enormous truck. A juggernaut's a supernatural creature. A large and heavy vehicle. Thank you, Vitali. Yes, exactly. A big lorry. That's it, Count. Yeah, we normally use juggernauts for vehicles. And as Renyard said, behemoth for a very large company. A behemoth was an enormous creature. Yeah, so it's wonderful to have you sipping Thai. That's very good. And as in Mullah, high massive destruction. Juggernaut is from Mahabharata, Indian epic. I know that one. Yeah, a god or a hero. I made a video on juggernaut. I quite like that word because it's got, I think, a Hindi origin and probably from Sanskrit itself. The behemoth. Yes, Saroj. It's a lorry. Juggernaut is a comic hero too. I never knew that. Woof, left or right. You want me to try this one? Red lorry, yellow lorry, 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 red lorry, yellow lorry. Oh yes, that was brilliant. And Roland says behemoth, a colossus, a titan. Very good. So STP says no, juggernaut is a big creature, usually mechanical. Okay. So let's continue. That was a good start. For Basecamp CEO Fried, sleep leadership is just practical. When you're tired, you suck. he says. Yeah, you're really bad at things. You don't think clearly or lead others well. If you run a team or are in charge of other people and you're sleep deprived, you're making their lives a lot harder. You're not pleasant to be around. You're not all there. Yeah, you're not concentrating. You're short and pithy, terse, crisp, cogent, and all the bad things that come from being exhausted. Okay, I love it. Here. Juggernaut is a huge religious icon that would run people over. Thank you, Jerem. Willie, Chilly Willie says faster. I saw it from a movie. Also, Jagannatha. Interesting. Thank you, Vitali. Okay, that was a really good first question. I love it. So, Count Beauty says pithy. We've had our first answer. You're short and pithy, terse, crisp, cogent, and all the bad things that come from being exhausted. And Sheed goes for pithy as well. STP and my neurologist, one Dr. Pierre van der Merwe, gave me the exact same initial consult, whether you have Alzheimer's, SP or not. Leferite goes for terse. He's going against the flow. Laxina says pithy. And Gorinda says cogent. Here, I want to be a CEO in a sleep office department. Patricia goes for terse. Thank you for intervening here, Patricia. And STP, Merv. Okay, so, my intuition is saying pithy is what Reynard says. So, you really want to look at these 4 words, because 3 of these words are positive and 1 of them is negative. Manji goes for pithy and Jerem goes for terse, short and rude. Merv, you say it like Merv. Thank you. Vitali goes for pithy. This is interesting. What's pithy? Let's see. This is brilliant. I was eating an orange before. You see the peel of the orange? Well, this white bit here, this white stuff, is the pith. Terse is like laconical. So, short and pithy. So if you're pithy, you say things in very few words in a very intelligent way. Yeah? If something's pithy, you use few words and you give a very good description or good explanation of what you mean. Pithy is very short, is very positive. Yeah? So, can I tell you a good joke that you'll have to look? Terse is negative, says Laxina. Pithy, said in just a few words. Thanks, Jerem. Okay, a pithy remark, to the point. This is the hardest question I've ever seen on your live stream. Yes, if I'm giving you a hard time, Leffy, that's what I want. Chili's wondering about terse. This is brilliant. A pithy sentence. Yeah, so I need my videos to be pithy. Maybe I harp on a bit at times, but pithy is short and to the point and saying exactly what you need it to say. Succinct, laconic, Paul. No, STP, it's not abrupt, because abrupt is negative. If something's pithy, it's positive. Yeah? Pithy is a very positive word. Yeah? He made some very pithy comments. That's a very positive thing to say. And Vibes goes for terse. Good evening, Vibes. Great to have you with us. So, this is really interesting. Okay, if something's crisp, this is very positive as well. Yeah? The air is very crisp today. It's cracky. Brief, Saloj. Okay, brief is neither positive nor negative, so I guess it would work. And Gorinda says pithy ideas. Vibes goes for concise. Yes. Okay, if something's cogent, it's easy to understand. It holds together well. So the right answer here is terse. Yeah? Getting to the nitty-gritty. I love that, Jerem. Getting to the nitty-gritty very quickly. And, yeah, as Vitali says, pithy, to the point. Okay, so, terse. Yes, I mean. Good evening, I mean. And MS as well. Good evening. If you're terse, you're short and rude. So terse is pithy, but bad-tempered at the same time. Yeah? Yay, says Chilly Willy. So if you're terse, you don't say a lot, but and what you do say, it is bad-tempered. Solidare. Are these words common? Pithy, terse, crisp, very definitely. Cogent is probably a little less common, but pithy, terse, and crisp, very definitely. I'm sorry for being so terse this morning. If you're terse, being terse is something that you apologize for. Yeah? A crisp £10 note. Cogent. Logical, rational, convincing. Okay, so like you, Patricia, but is that pithy or terse? It depends. Pithy, terse, or cogent? Okay, but this is an advanced class, yeah? Very definitely. A pithy remark. Cogent, articulate and compelling. Yeah, pithy. Short, articulate and compelling. Yeah. So, they are uncommon. Nope. No, unfortunately, they're not. Yeah? The first three definitely. Okay, let me go to the next one. This is absolutely brilliant. Then you can forgive me for some weaker ones later. Okay, so, yeah, now you've learnt a pithy remark. This is very positive. A terse remark. This is negative. No, I didn't. That's terse. Yeah? I disagree with you. So, bad-tempered. Crisp toast. Okay, thanks, Jerem. Research chimes with this, according to Van der Helm. Studies have shown sleep disadvantaged, bereft, empty, deprived leaders tend to have less fellowship, she says. And they're less inspiring. The team of a leader who's had a bad night's sleep is much less engaged at work. So, woof. I'm not very good at jokes, Siddharth. Yeah, Siddharth. I have to think about what I'm going to do before I do it. Okay. Okay, so, but these are good words. These are good words, STP. So, some answers. And Vitali first goes for deprived, so does Vibes and Leffy and Count and Amin and Manji and Gertrudis and Maria T and Sipping Chimes. Okay, so, that's a good question. So, to chime with, resounds with, reverberates with, it is in accordance with. Normally to chime, the clock chimed 6, bong, 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 or wind chimes, ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling, yeah? But here they're using chimes with, agrees with, is in harmony with. That's a great question, Sipping. And she goes for disadvantaged. Siddharth for deprived. Yes. Not rare, but not common in American speech, says Jerem. Thank you, Jerem. And Ronan goes for deprived. Renyard says sleep deprived. So does Roland. Hi, Josh. Great to have you. Chili goes for deprived. Patricia for deprived. Chimes meaning. Yeah, is in harmony with. I'm sleep deprived as we speak. Well, maybe many of the people in India here are sleep deprived, or this Japanese person who logged in. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. Yeah? So, chimes with, agrees with, thank you, Vitali. And Josh, maunder and ramble. I think they're the same thing, Josh. Very definitely. Resonate with, yes, chimes with, resonates with, good. Huh. Okay, that's good. Stepnik. Okay, so let's see. So we've, abdination. That one I'm going to have to make a look at and have a video. Abdination. Okay, so let's see. Sleep disadvantaged. No, it's not disadvantaged. Yeah. Bereft, completely without. If you're sleep bereft, you haven't slept at all. That's going to an all-night party, having 3 very strong cups of coffee and going in the morning. Yeah, bereft, completely lacking. You're not sleep empty. Yeah, you've got to be sleep deprived. Yeah, deprived is definitely the word. Okay. And so we're doing a closed test game challenge. Yeah, you've got to find the best word to fit in the gaps. You could say mourn to be different, but it's not very common. Good morn. Yeah, it's a beautiful morn. I think it's a bit old-fashioned. Yeah, if you wanted to be formal, yes. Meander and maunder come from different origins, but according to my dictionary, might have influenced each other. This is brilliant. So, here we go. On the flip side, employees who've had too little sleep. Notice on the flip side, on the other side, employees who've had too little sleep aren't performing at their best. They're interpreting, representing, decoding, depicting, portraying workplace stresses more strongly than if they were sleeping well, adds Portland State University's Crane. They're more likely to be reactive to stresses in the work environment and have a harder time regulating emotions. Abdication's not a thing. Thank you, Vitali. Okay, abdication. I've got a video on abdication, MS. To abdicate, as in the king abdicated because he couldn't marry Mrs. Simpson. Followership. These are the number of people following something for learn. So we've had some answers now. Let's see. Valentine goes for depicting. And meander, to go backwards and forwards, to maunder, to roam. Yeah? My name's Alex Siddharth. So, she goes for depicting, count for depicting. Josh for depict. His life, he is bereft of life. He's completely dead. And Renyard goes for depicting. And so does Leffy and Josh, and depiction. And Manji goes for depicting as well. And Vibes goes against the flow with interpreting. Amin says representing. Ronan says interpreting. Manisco says depicting. I Hong says representing. Hi I Hong. Laxina says depicting. Patricia says decoding. A sleep-deprived person might respond to your good morning with, what do you mean by that? That's very terse. That's good, Jerem. Portraying, so to portray. An actor portrays the character that they're playing. Gertrudis says depicting. And Maria Traspasso says depicting. Hadi, terse, short and rude. A river meanders. That's good, Leffy. And random blogger goes interpreting. Patricia goes portraying. Bereft means devoid, completely devoid of, not having any of forlorn. And Tapesh, representing. Wow, this is really interesting. To abdicate, to dethrone, to resign from the throne. You could abdicate your responsibility as well. I know I've got a video of it because I know I made it sitting in a park in China. And Chirag goes for depicting as well. And Marco Chung goes for depicting. This is very interesting. Roland says representing. Ha! Wow, we've got a huge range. So they're interpreting workplace stresses, they're representing workplace stresses, they're decoding workplace stresses, they're depicting workplace stresses, they're portraying workplace stresses. And Roland goes for representing. The Midlands meander. That's interesting. So abdicate, the ruler quits. Dethrones, to make the ruler resign. So how many free morphemes are there in English? I'm not sure. Abnegation. To abnegate. I miss a week and now all of a sudden it's so difficult. STP goes for portraying. Hi 103. Okay, I'm going to give you all the right answer here. The right answer is interpreting. And Hi Malak goes for representing. This is really interesting. So they're interpreting. The stressor comes in and they react to it in a certain way. Yeah? So let's see. This piece of work could be better. And they interpret it as that's a really, really bad piece of work. Yeah? I think they're reacting to workplace stresses more strongly. Interpreting is the answer. Yeah? This is a brilliant one. I love it. Hi, Luke Roberts. And yeah, you deserve a cup, Ronan. So, they're representing. No, I don't like representing. They're decoding. No, it's not written in code. Yeah? They're depicting. To depict is to explain, to draw, to show. Interpreting, that's brilliant. I love it. I love it, Jerem. I love it, Jerem. That's brilliant. Okay, so, and to portray, well, you've got the word a portrait, which is a picture of somebody. Yeah? They're interpreting them. Yeah, they're absorbing them, and because when we receive a message, yeah, or when we hear something, we interpret the meaning of those words, and we're not always right. Yeah, so they're interpreting the meanings of these. To portray, to represent something, but particularly an actor in a role, to show something. He's portrayed as a miser. So, I don't know, Shylock in The Merchant of Venice is portrayed as a miser. He's also depicted as a miser. Reacting to makes sense. Yeah, reacting to would work very nicely, Jerem. Okay, so Luke's on about segue. Okay, yes, but this is the point. This is the point, STP. They're reading into these stressors things, or they're making a much harder or harsher interpretation of something to construe in a certain way. I love that vibes. Thank you very much. That's really good. Okay, I'm going to put the next one up because we could be with this for a while. Okay, yes. I like that construe. That construe is a brilliant word. They're construing the stressors in a much more intense way. Okay, yes, that's great. Okay, and there's a truly shared, convertible, companion, synergic, reciprocal relationship, continues Crane, between sleep and work. If people aren't performing at work, it's causing stress, and stress impacts on sleep. Not sleeping well impacts work performance, she says. So, well done, get through this. I love this. Flip side, it can be 2 words for learn. You could hyphenate it. This question of flip side, of 2 words, 1 word, or a hyphen is really difficult. So, STP goes for synergic. Vitali says some synergic. Leffy goes for reciprocal. Yeah. Okay, thank you, Luke. Will-o'-the-wisp. Okay, a will-o'-the-wisp is something that, fatus fuego. A will-o'-the-wisp is like a mythical creature. So she goes for reciprocal. Hattie says abridged. Okay, reciprocal for Maria T. Roland, reciprocal relationship. Renyard, reciprocal. Chili Willy, reciprocal. Good to have you out, Mohammed Al-Bunaga. Great. Convertible, says Ali Hong. Convertible, says Count Beauty. Good evening, Emin. Great to have you as well. That's brilliant. Brilliant to have you. Okay. So, reciprocal, says Patricia. NP, English teacher. Okay, NB would be better. Synergic, Jamil. Good evening, Jamil. Amin goes for reciprocal. Deprived, that's definitely the right answer. And Tapesh goes for shared. Gertrudis goes for reciprocal. I can see which one of you, who of you have a scientific basis. Dangling between synergic and reciprocal. No, notice, Manji, these 2 things are opposite. Synergy means 2 things work together to make both of them better. Yeah? Okay, Ronan, reciprocal. I know you know your mathematics. It would be reciprocal, and only if B to S as much as A to B. Reciprocal relationship is a very common collocation. Thank you, Renyard. Eugenie goes for convertible. Chirag for reciprocal. It means no problem. Thank you, NP, of course. I should have guessed that, Luke. So, reciprocal, no, Malak. Reciprocal is inversely mutual. Yeah? The more I work, the less time I have free. This is a reciprocal relationship. Yeah? Whereas, the more I work, the more money I get. And that's synergic. Synergetic. Good, thank you. B to A as much as A to B. That's better, STP, thank you. Yes, synergic, symbiotic, symbiosis. But notice, the less you sleep, the worse your work gets. And the worse your work gets, the less you sleep. There's an inverse relationship between the 2. Yeah? And this is a reciprocal. So what is the reciprocal of x? So the reciprocal of x is 1 over x. Yeah? Symbiotic relationship, that's it. So, Shobit, great to have you. So the answer here is reciprocal. P goes for convertible. Let's see, convertible means you can convert from one thing to another. A car that's a convertible, you have a roof, but you can pull back the roof, yeah? Or convertible bonds. I'm sure Renyard knows about this one, that you can convert into shares. So to chime in, to agree with, reciprocal, interdependent. Yes, that's a really nice one. Yeah? It's a reciprocal relationship. Giving something in return. A feedback loop. That's great. So, but if it's synergic, then, okay, I understand it. Yeah? But notice, not sleeping well impacts on performance. Stress impacts on sleep. Yeah? It causes stress. So notice, the second part is defining it. Yeah, like d by dx. Yeah, that's it. Only up to a point. If you sleep too much, you get poor marks, but if you study too hard, you get poor marks. Sweet spot is in the middle. You're absolutely right, STP. Okay, that was a really good one as well. Reciprocal is both a noun and an adjective. Yes, very definitely for learn. Shared. A shared relationship. Okay, if it's shared, maybe they have things in common. But here, it's much stronger than shared. Yeah, and here there is a direct relationship. They have a shared interest. They have the same interest. So decreasing stress and increasing sleep have shared objectives. Okay, reciprocated. So he said to me hello and I reciprocated. I gave back. But notice the direction is inverse. Holy guacamole, these are difficult words. Yes, I love it. Jerem, I make this as hard as I can make it. Vice versa. Yes, we've got some answers. So let's see. Vice versa for Count Beauty for Vitali. Valentine goes for vice versa and lies. Count Beauty for lies. I mean vice versa. Vibes vice versa and lives. I mean vice versa and lies. Have a wonderful Monday, Manji. Hi, VG. Lovely live stream every Sunday. Thank you, Ayad. Great to have you. MG goes for vice versa and lies. I mean vice versa and lies. It's almost like geometry. That's true. That's the point with it, Luke. And Chili, vice versa and lies. Vitali goes for lies, and he had vice versa at the beginning. And Roland for vice versa. Manji for vice versa and lies. Shobit for vice versa. And Gertrudis. STP, vice versa. Yeah? Vice versa. No, vice versa for me. Hi, Maha, great to have you. And vice versa for Marco, for Sheed, for Jerem, for Maha, for Patricia. This is brilliant. Okay, and Gertrudis goes for lies as well. Thank you, Victor. You never forget. Okay, so... is it your birthday on Monday or something like that, Patricia? Oh, so Manji, I'm asking, I wonder. So let's see. Patricia says lies. Chirag says vice versa and sets. STP goes for vice versa and lies. So, I haven't read this yet either. Lousy sleep, lousy work. But while the problem is balanced on either side, lousy sleep translates to lousy work, and vice versa. Backwards, in reverse. The solution, says Van der Helm, almost always lies, sits, sets, lays in the workplace. So let's see. Outwork. Well, outwork means working outside your company, subcontracting, and to motivate, to pump you up, to give you enthusiasm. So let's see, where did we get to? Okay, she goes for lies, Maria Traspasso for lays. Lays in the workplace. And always lies. Notice here, Maria Traspasso, that here in the workplace is an indirect object. Okay, so Eugenie for lies. I think it's Manji's birthday tomorrow, Leffy. I get this feeling. And lack of sleep backfires, Roland, on workers. Lack of sleep has a backlash on workers. No, has a bad effect. Peter Westerham, lies, although I'm insecure about the spelling. Thank you, Peter. Petter, great to have you. The solution lies in a comfortable pillow and bed. STP says lays. Roland says lies. Manisco says lies on the table. though you would say lies. Maha says lies. Thank you, says Siddharth. And Maha goes lays. Renyard vice versa and lays. Hey, it's not your birthday, but thanks anyway. Okay, it's great to have you anyway, Manji. I can't fully understand the meaning. So lousy, I mean, means bad. So you sleep badly, you work badly. Yeah, so if you sleep badly, you work badly. And if you work badly, you sleep badly. Yeah, so they both go in the opposite direction. Yeah, and the situation is, or the solution is in the workplace. Yeah. Okay, and it's not lays on the workplace. Huh. So the hen lays in the workplace. That's the point, Leffy, definitely. Rests with the workplace, rests in the workplace, rests with the workplace, definitely. Renyard, lay doesn't fit. Birds lay eggs. You may lay a book on the table. Absolutely. So you're enjoying it, Ronan. It's a hard one. That's brilliant. Happy birthday, whether it's your birthday or not. Let's see. We've got nearly 50 people here, so it must be. It's odds on that it's somebody's birthday. Lousy T-shirt. Okay, so very definitely you vice versa without any problem, and Malak goes vice versa. Vice versa, and the answer is clearly lies. Yeah, whoops, lies. Yeah, lays is different. The answer lies collocates too. Absolutely, the answer lies. Yeah, the solution lies. Yeah, this is a very good collocation. Hi A90, great to have you. The solution lies in the workplace. Yeah, very definitely lies. Lies is located in. Good evening, Josh Sings. Great to have you. Okay, so we've got another one coming. Yes, I'm really glad. It's been one of the hardest ones ever. Because if it's easy, then I like this when it stretches people. So it can be incredibly stressful to lie awake at night knowing you have something to do the next day and worrying about it, she says. If the topic of sleep is taboo at work and no one ever talks about that, but work's what's keeping you from getting good sleep, there needs to be a significant ethnic, social, cultural, native shift. And this is definitely a collocation. So yours was on Thursday, Ronan. A very good what? I don't remember. So many belated happy returns, Ronan. Con something. Construction, maybe STP? I don't know. You'll have to listen to the recording again. So we've got lots of answers. Maria T goes for cultural. Jerem goes for cultural. Vitali for cultural. Count for cultural. Valentine. Manji STP. Willie. Chili Willie. Vibes. Sheed. Left or right. Roland STP. Petter. Connection, I don't know. Connection. Yeah, I think that YouTube's having connection problems. So Shobit goes for social. Sleep pattern, I think. I think sleep pattern. I think sleep routine might work as well. But I think your sleep pattern. I think your sleep routine is what you do before you go to sleep. And the sleep pattern is how long you sleep. Happy belated birthday. So let's see. Eugenie goes for social. Hi Maria LCD. And Chirag goes for ethnic. MG, cultural shift. Patricia, cultural shift, definitely. Ronan, cultural shift. I used to work at a movie theatre on Friday nights until 11 p.m. at night. Okay, I think social could also be viable. I think I agree with you, Petter, that social could be viable, but this is saying it's the responsibility of the employee, whereas I think this is saying that the company needs to change. Cultural shift, says Renyard. Okay, Jamil goes for social. Any book you can for writing skills, that's more difficult. Cultural shift, very definitely, is a collocation, definitely for learn. Cultural shift, cultural for Malak. Is snoring permitted? It depends if you wake your partner or not, Jerem. Yeah, you should hear me snore. I'm really good at it. Connotation. A connotation is like a nuance, something that it indicates. It doesn't say something that it's linked with. Yeah, it's close to it. Things that are linked with. Yeah. So I don't know if I say the word. I'm trying to think of a good example. Okay, cultural. This has connotations of art, to link to art, to music, to the way that we live. Yeah. 40, congrats, Coronan, that's brilliant. And Maha says cultural. Nom de plume says social. Okay, the answer here is cultural. Yeah, a cultural shift, particularly for companies. A cultural shift talks about they need to change the company culture, the way that they do things, the core values. Yeah? Yeah. Connotation is an epigraph. Implied meaning, I love it. Yeah, that's very good. Thank you, Jerem. Okay, cultural. Cultural shift. And let's try another one. Wow. This has been a really good one. New York connotes wealth. I love the example, Vitali. Good example. Thank you, sir. Okay, so yeah. With some of these words, you need to think about the connotations of the word and see if they're correct in the context that we're using. Yeah. Concoction, collocation. A collocation is two words that go together. As in, I don't know, steak, fillet steak, sirloin steak, entrecote. Yeah, these are words that tend to go together, and that's the point with a collocation. STP. Yay! I've been doing well so far. I'm amazed because I don't have a really good level. Continue working and you will. So we've got lots of answers already, starting with Leffy. Let's see. For Basecamp specifically, this has meant bringing conversations about sleep to the forefront, to the front line, to the focus, to the spotlight. Both when communicating internally as well as with employees. We constantly talk about it internally, he says. We share information about how to get better sleep and share how important it is, and that it has to start, I think, not with sleep but with work. 8 hours is enough. So we start with Leffy, who says forefront, Valentine, who says spotlight, Count Beauty says spotlight, collocation or connotation, they're different words. Maria says spotlight, Vibe says forefront, Vitali says forefront, Manji says spotlight, Sheed says spotlight, Amin says spotlight, connotation. Okay, Shobit says spotlight. Leffy says all these wrong answers. Ha ha ha. And Marco Chung says spotlight. Collocation, blissfully unaware. That's a lovely collocation, Roland. Ooh, collocation, correct, or connotation. I don't know which word you want. Spotlight. Patricia says forefront. MG says forefront. Ooh, we've suddenly had a shift. MG says forefront. Emin says forefront. Ronan says forefront. Roland says forefront. Gertrudis goes for spotlight, and Nom de Plume says spotlight. So, let's see. What's the preposition that goes before spotlight? And that's the key question here. Yeah, the front line. Well, the front line is the front line of soldiers in a war, or the people who are doing the work. So, for example, the front line of our health services are the nurses who meet us. Okay, and connotation, implied meaning, collocation, words that go together. Thank you, Jerem. TW goes for forefront, Petter for forefront. Spotlight can be appropriate because draws intention. So, but what's the preposition, Chirag? And Marie LCD goes for forefront. Malak says spotlight. On the spotlight? Almost. Vibe says in the spotlight. Count Beauty on the spotlight. I guess on the spotlight would work, but in the spotlight, in the spotlight, in the spotlight, to the forefront. Front line is Western Front. All quiet on the Western Front. So TW, in the spotlight, to the forefront. Yes, and that's what Vibes was saying. No, not on the spotlight, in the spotlight, under the spotlight. That would also work, I mean. Yeah, but to the forefront. Yeah, to bring something to the forefront. Yeah, to be in the spotlight. That's it, Vitali. Yeah, in the spotlight. Bringing, and here I would probably say bringing conversations about sleep into the spotlight. But there's no in here. To bring it to the forefront. Bringing conversations about sleep into focus. Why is it called limelight? Because they used to use lime. They used to burn lime, which I believe is calcium oxide. And that gave off a very bright light. And that's why, believe it or not, left or right. This is from the theatre. It's they used limelight before they had electricity. To the forefront, in the spotlight. That's very good, Jerem. And I'm so glad you're enjoying it, Ronan. Politicians are in the spotlight. Yeah? And the newspapers bring their evil deeds to the forefront. Yeah? Very definitely. The answer here is forefront. Okay, that's really good. Politicians are in the spotlight. Definitely, Ronan. But the spotlight was on someone. Yes. That's it, Vitali. Yeah? Okay, the spotlight is... that's it. Somebody is in the spotlight. You've got, and this is why people are having problems with spotlight. Alex steals the limelight, the centre of attention. Well, I am hosting the class, so very definitely. Okay, the war is in the spotlight. That's a very good example. Yeah, has. Expert knowledge. Thank you, Leffy. So, to the fore. That would work. That would work, Vibes. I love it. Good one. Okay, so to make a firm 40-hour week possible, meetings are limited and carefully scheduled to allow large blocks of ceaseless, interminable, incessant, uninterrupted, persisting, productive hours during the day, and employees sending emails with late night timestamps may receive a gentle reminder that they aren't expected to work after hours. Shine a spotlight on that problem. That's good. So we're starting to get some answers, and Valentine says uninterrupted. Vitali says uninterrupted. Sheed goes for persisting. Leffy for uninterrupted. Shobit for persisting. Vibes for uninterrupted. Nom de plume for uninterrupted. Chirac for ceaseless productive hours. Amin for uninterrupted. Chili Willy for uninterrupted. Maria T for uninterrupted. Incessant for forlorn. Renyard goes for uninterrupted. This is brilliant. We've got a huge variety of opinions again. Count Beauty says ceaseless. Okay, I'm going to wait for a few more. So, TW says uninterrupted. Roland says uninterrupted. Interminable, says Patricia. Interminable productive hours. Uninterrupted, Maria LCD. This is really, really, really interesting. So, yeah, we've got don't interrupt somebody who's working. That's a very good phrase, Jerem. I quite like that. Seamless. Yep, that's a very good synonym, Roland. Ceaseless productive hours, says A to Z Gaming. Great to have you. Wow, this is a real fun live stream tonight. I've been giving you all a really hard time. I love it. And there's loads of vocabulary for you all here. For you all. Okay. So let's see. Let's look at this word incessant to start with. Emin says persisting. If something's incessant, this is critical. That incessant noise drives me crazy. His incessant complaints. So it's not incessant. Interminable. Again, this is a job that you do and it goes on and on and on. It seems interminable. So the connotations with incessant and interminable are both negative. Yeah? And clearly this is a positive one. If something is persisting, it lasts afterwards. Yeah? So this has persisting effects. Yeah? Something that doesn't go away. Okay, MG for uninterrupted, Malak for uninterrupted, Peta for uninterrupted as well. Okay, ceaseless. Ceaseless means it doesn't stop. Yeah, I think ceaseless could be both positive and negative. Incessant, continuous, yes, Vitali, but also with a negative feeling. And the same with interminable. Yeah? Incessant, in, not, and cessant, to stop. Yeah? Peter says, I need to bring this up with my employer. This is a BBC article, Petter, so you can just send him the article. Yeah? The link will be in the video, the description of the video. So, what are we down to? So I said persisting no, interminable no, incessant no. It's a compassionate employer who cares about the employee's well-being. Yeah, but they should. They definitely should. Okay, so ceaseless. To me, ceaseless can be positive or negative. The best word here is uninterrupted. Yeah, continuous. As in incessant complaining. Thank you, Vitali. That's a nice one. Origin of incessant comes from Italian. Cessant, session. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Emin. This is great. I'm really enjoying today's class, by the way, guys and gals. It's wonderful to have you all here. Okay, so uninterrupted, very definitely. Ooh, okay, yes. We're down to the ones I wrote quite recently. So free. Whoops, it hasn't appeared yet. Uninterrupted for Manjira. Just in time, Manji. Yes, well done. So, Chirag, I must say that you are the quintessential English teacher and exemplified each word so far. Let's call it a day. Almost, Roland. This is probably the last one. The bees are still alive and doing great, Leffy. So, injr and ill vice versa in Latin. For Learn says, incessant is a synonym with relentless and isn't ensued with working. Good. Oh, there's another one. This is the last one. So, Fried acknowledges, however, focusing on such a private activity as sleep can cross the line into paternalism, tyranny, dictatorship, or despotism. So, Valentine goes for dictatorship and Count for paternalism. And paternalism for Chilly Willy. Jerem says the district attorney ceaselessly seeks justice for crime victims. Yes, he never stops. So it can be both positive and negative. Yeah? Ceaselessly. So, and Sheed goes for paternalism as well. Okay, so let's see what the rest of you say. We're gonna get some more answers any second. I think something's happened here. It's stopped and it should be raining answers. Okay. We're missing Oksana. Hope she's all right in besieged Kiev. Yeah, I hope she's okay as well. We have got Count Beauty with us though, which is a good sign, but no Elena either. So yes, tyranny says left or right. Leffy. Tyranny, paternalism, tyranny, dictatorship, despotism. AZ goes for dictatorship. MG for paternalism. I mean for despotism. So you're all going for very strong answers. Shobit goes for paternalism. Dictatorship from Marie LCD. Oh, this is brilliant. I love it. Despotism for TW. So this is crossing the line into. Yeah? Let's see. Dictatorship is very extreme. I don't have an idea, Chirag, because I'm not familiar with the meaning, but my many instincts say it's despotism. Prefixes. Ill, in, ear, rejecting, I get it. Prefixes that come in Latin, thank you. I Hong goes for paternalism. Tyranny says Renyard. Paternalism says Roland. Economics says tyranny. Malak says despotism. Tyranny equals dictatorship equals despotism. That's really good, Jerem, which tells them what the right answer is. Yeah, because if three of them are good synonyms for each other, then there can only be one right answer. Cross the line into. To go too far. It's like there's a line in the sand, Malak, and you cross that line. Yeah? Okay? So, paternalism. Amin's changed his mind. Pete goes for paternalism as well. Open the door to. Yes. Oh, it's more than that. Open the door to and go into. Manji goes for paternalism. Okay, here you're crossing the line. You're not going to an extreme. Tyranny, dictatorship and despotism are all very extreme. Despotism, authority with unlimited power. You do this. Yeah? A dictator. Yeah? Pol Pot. Paternalism is the only word that fits the context. That's the point, Petter. Yeah? Paternalism is the only one. If you're being paternal, this has got the idea of being patronizing. It's the only word that fits exactly, Petter. So, the answer to this one is paternalism. This will take us. And VG goes for paternalism as well. Okay, thank you everybody. It's been a brilliant class today. I've given you a really hard time. I would like to give special thanks to Vitaly and to Jerem for giving explanations to things. Yeah, you've been a brilliant group. This exercise we did today, I think, is challenging for a native speaker, and that says how hard I made it. What is tyranny? It's somebody who is ordering everyone else. It's making everyone else slaves. It's the same as dictatorship. Okay, so you'll watch it again by installments. A tyrant. So a tyrant says, you've got to do this, and if you don't, I'm going to kill you or put you in jail. Thank you, Roland. That's really kind of you. Thank you, Shirag. Thank you, Leffy. PhD edition live stream. Yeah, I think that's very good. PhD, definitely. So, thank you, VG. Thank you, Valentine. Thank you, Chili Willy. It's been a pleasure having you. So, I will leave the chat on. Paternalism, a colonial power telling foreign people that we're doing this to help your backward culture to become like our superior culture. Thank you, Head Through This. It was wonderful to have you. Shirag says it was an awesome session. Thank you, Sheed. Thank you, Manji. Thank you, Emin and Amin and Maria LCD and Maria Lathad. Great to have you. TW and Vibes and Nom de Plume. Yeah, it's been a brilliant group. It's been a really, really, really good group today. You're absolutely fantastic. So I'm going to cut my connection, but the live stream will stay on, and you can comment to each other. Thanks for coming, Vitaly. Thanks for coming as well, Count Beauty, and stay safe. Yeah, our thoughts are with you. Thank you all. Bye bye.